Hey y'all, today we're just doing a little odds and ends. It's crappy weather today, hadn't been able to do any spraying or can't even think about cutting hay, but it is coming. I'm getting everything ready to go. Hopefully, got my fingers crossed, maybe in a week or so, so we'll see. But one thing I've been doing today is I put me up a hose reel. I hadn't never had one out here in the shop. There's one out there in the shed where the concrete's at. Another thing I did is I put me up a new extension cord reel. My other one died on me. I hadn't figured out yet what happened to it, but for whatever reason it quit working, and you can't get into them to change a fuse or anything if it had one in it. Nope, I don't have one in them. So, and I took that box up there apart on the old one, and it didn't have anything in it. So I don't know what the heck the deal was, but it quit working. That one's working. What I am doing right now is I'm working on this 383. It's home. I got the loader off. Now I'm going to change the oil and get it ready to go for the hay season. It's still going to have to be pressure washed and cleaned up. This whole front end here, if I have time, I'm going to sand it down. It looks like crap, and repaint it. It's where we sprayed it with some touch-up paint, and it was supposed to be Massey Ferguson gray, the color of this, but it wound up and was that color. I'm going to redo that if I have time. Not today, but hopefully before we start baling hay. But what I wanted to show y'all is this down in here. These Ferguson's 383s are a pain in the rear end. They, if they've got a loader on them, you can't get the oil to drain out through the bottom. You could cut a hole through this with a torch, but I don't really want to weaken it, because that could weaken it. If you do that, it can't. I've seen that stuff like that before. Could do it, but whatever. I normally just take a piece of cardboard or something and it works temporarily, but today I had a piece of sheet metal left from where I made the console last year for the 5400, and I made this. I folded the edge up on it to go up underneath the plug so it can't drain back under the motor, and I shaped it to where the oil run off right off into the oil pan, so that way I don't end up with a nasty mess on this tractor, because that's what always happens. This oil drains up underneath the block of the motor pretty much no matter what you do. It gets everywhere, and it stays up on those loader mounts. Those loader mounts have holes like that in it. It gets inside the loader mount, and then the loader mount has oil in it, and then it drips out for the next 2 days everywhere, and it's just a big mess. So what I'm hoping is this is going to work out, and it'll just drain right off into that oil pan I got underneath there, the way I've got it shaped. So we're going to try it and see. But we're just in wait mode right now, just trying to get everything ready to go for hay season. Waiting on some warm weather and dry, no rain for a little while, so that way we can cut. Oh, nope, that ain't gonna work. Let me get a rag to go behind that thing. Again, hopefully it'll work this time. Let it slowly run out, rather than just opening it up. Should work. That's one thing about this tractor that has always irritated me, is the fact that when you drain the oil, it's a pain in the butt. If they would have put the plug towards the front of the oil pan instead of towards the back, we wouldn't have this problem. But I guess during that time they didn't really design tractors for loaders like they do now. But while we're doing this, I kind of want to talk a little bit about some other stuff. One thing I've been shocked that over the past year nobody's ever asked me, I'm changing fuel filter now, is my name. I was actually shocked about that. I figured that would be the question I get hounded about all the time. But nobody ever asked me that. I haven't told it. And I think I've talked about this once before, one time in a live stream, which not everybody watched that. Was I didn't want to have to deal with all the crazies in this world. Most people are good. There is a few nuts out there. And that was why. It's just mostly for family. Because I didn't want to have to deal with people hounding. I mean, you're looking, trying to find me or something else. That's another reason why I haven't really ever told where I live. I live somewhere between Claremont, Georgia and Rome, Georgia. Good luck figuring it out. I don't ever tell it. But some of y'all know where I live. Some of y'all know who I am. But most don't. Oh. Yeah, I'm thinking I need the other one. Goes up in here, not this one. Those are probably the most frequently asked stuff I get, is that. We do a few other things besides what I show. It's all farm related, but some things I just don't care to show. Either A, we want to keep it private, or B, it's stuff I don't even care about and hate doing. But that's the biggest thing. Another thing nobody ever I gotten lots of questions about. Everybody probably thinks I'm only ever going to buy a Massey Ferguson. Well, that's not the case. I will buy other stuff besides Massey Ferguson equipment. If I didn't have an AGCO tractor, I would probably go through the bigger, back to the big two. I mean, obviously, Case New Holland or John Deere would be in the realm of possibilities. I would not be crazy about going that route, but I've always been kind of like, me personally, I've always liked being different than everybody else. I never really cared to be the same crap as everybody else you see out there is, as far as what I like and the equipment and stuff I run. But one of the big brands that I would actually like to try, if they stay here, that is a Duets. I'd love to try another Duets. If they would actually stay here in the U.S. Ever since them and Alice split, they haven't really been here. They would be here and then they would leave, and it made getting parts for them really hard, and that's one reason why we don't have a lot of them anymore. They're unreliable as far as that goes. Being here to where you could get support from a dealer or something. That's one reason why we went so hard to Massey too. But other than this, just good stuff. But if I'd like to try Duets, Klaus Arion, if they ever brought those, is another tractor that I would be interested in looking at. In the sizes that we run. Another tractor would be the Case think it's the Magnum or I don't know. The Maxim, I believe, is the large tractor. I think it's the Magnum that's above the Farmall. It's a little fancier. Got a little fancier cab, more features. That's a tractor that I kind of like the looks of. T5 New Holland. Probably a 6M John Deere. I couldn't afford an R. I don't like the E. The E I feel like's cheap. But the whole thing with that is one reason why we don't have any more John Deeres is I can go buy a 5700 SL Massey Ferguson for what I can buy a 6M John Deere for, and the 5400 SL Massey Ferguson is a lot nicer tractor as far as the features it has with the dyno shift and everything else. I mean, that's just the cold hard facts of it. I know a lot of people loves their Deeres, and I can understand that. I'm passionate about my Masseys. But I'm not going to pay more for less. And that one thing too with tractors, another tractor before I get into that, I'd probably look at. They've been getting more and more popular. I never thought I would consider one, but they would probably be, if I didn't go any of those options, a Kubota. I think it's 111 or something like that. They're around 100, 110 horse tractor they've got that's real heavy. But I forget what the exact model is on that thing. I sat in one and looked at it and it was okay. They're really making a lot of strides around here. Of course, they have a factory that builds them not far over, I think it's in Gainesville, Georgia, where they build them at. But turn on the pump. Now this thing has an electric inline pump on it. It's not your normal cam-driven push pump that these things usually have. Let me show you that, so that way y'all know what the deal is here. See, it's right here. You can get these at your local parts store. We just tied it in the line and running around. The cam-driven fuel pump is right here. This thing's got to be pressure washed. Been putting hay on it. It's right here. They don't nothing go to it anymore. Those things never lasted. They would not last, and I hate them things. Those little electric pumps are just as good. Whoa, I'm pissing everywhere. Shit. But I ain't never liked the cam-driven pump. We've had a lot of trouble with them things. They just don't hold up on these tractors. That's why we went to electric. And electric, you don't have to worry about the stupid thumb button, nothing. And that pump has been on this tractor for a very long time, so they do hold up. I know some people I've heard say before they don't, but they do. We've had very good luck out of them. And they're cheap. They don't hardly cost anything if you have to replace one. And then when you change the fuel filter, you don't have to worry about sitting there pushing your thumb up and down, because half the time those little thumb things don't even work anyway. But I hate cam-driven pumps. I like the electric style of any kind of electric, really. Just makes life easier. That's it for today. I know this ain't been the most exciting video, but it's what I got going on. It's crappy outside, so I'm really excited for the next when we start cutting hay, because that is when I'm going to unroll everything that I've been doing in the background that y'all have no idea about. Lots of things coming for the channel. that I'm pretty excited about, that I've got planned. I've got everything that I've talked about at the beginning of the year, doing all the equipment I needed and everything to do it. I'm going to put it all together when we start cutting hay in the opening video of cutting hay. I don't know when it's going to be. It just depends on weather. As soon as I get some 70-degree weather and better for 5 days and no rain, we're going to be cutting hay, because we got hay right now that needs cutting right now. But I'm really excited to get everything rolled out. I've added a lot of stuff. I'm not going to tell what it is, because I want to wait and do it all at one time, so that way nobody copies me. That's the biggest thing. It gets so aggravating when you go to all this crap and you tell what you're going to do, and then somebody copies you and the guns and does it ahead of you. You're like, God, I had all this planned and now somebody else is doing it. But I'm excited about it. I got a lot of cool stuff coming down the line that y'all are going to see. So stay tuned. See y'all next time.